What is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Stop Crying Poser, greatest podcast known to man, as voted by humans, snakes, dogs, turtles, bugs, fucking flies, crocodiles. Anyways, hope you guys are having a good day. Let's shout out everyone who chose to tune in here live on twitch.tv/Ninja Lifestyle every single Friday right around 3:30 p.m. What time is it right now? Oh, it's 4:56. We are, again, late as usual. I did not get a good night of sleep. I blame my cell phone. Shout out to Captain Canuck, Venus, Die Traps, Macoma, Noble Dry Stand, Murderbot, I Love Rain. Appreciate you guys being here. Since we're a little bit late, we got nobody watching, which is fine. Good for me. I'm kind of a grumpy boy today. I'm a little bit of a grumpy boy, you know. Ninja Lifestyle doesn't get no sleep. He ends up being grumpy. Also, I'm really stressed out about how today and tomorrow is going to go. I got Andy Schrock in town. I got a lot of little things around the house I need to do. Tomorrow, I have to try to take care of him skating. I have to go to a baby shower, and the UFC fights are on, which I was really excited to watch. I'm probably not going to be able to watch any of it. And it's not that big of a deal. I said before the show, I was like, first world problems, who cares? But I care, you know. I tell you guys all the time, it doesn't take much to stress me out. If I have to do like 3 things at once, I'm stressed out. So I have these video ideas. My sink is broken. My back is broken. You know, I want to skate with these guys, but I'm going to fucking completely suck and be worthless. I just texted Andy Schrock. I felt guilty about it. I was like, hey, dude, if I can't land no tricks, man, I'll bring like the cooler. I'll bring the waters. I'll help film. You know, I'll come up with a good like itinerary for spots. But if you're expecting me to play somebody in a game of skate or do any of the tricks, I'm probably gonna fucking suck. And it's not something you should feel guilty about, but I do. You know, I want to be a good host. You know, I like showing people around. He's like, oh, we're going to the strip. We're gonna go eat and then hang out on the strip. And I'm like, dude, I don't even want to drive down there. I don't want to walk with my back fucked up. I don't want to drive down there and wait in traffic with my back fucking crooked driving. It's just we're just off to a rough start for what usually is like the most exciting weekend, you know, of the month. But not gonna bore you guys with any more of that. We have a couple of topics and a couple of news articles, one of which has made national news, so that's exciting. But before we do that, I told you guys we weren't gonna do it, so I took you guys off guard. Free sticker pack giveaway. All you have to do is answer a trivia question correctly. The trivia question is this: what is the deadliest animal? What is the deadliest little living thing on Earth? I'll show you some of the second place is humans, third place is snakes, fourth place is dogs. I don't know how dogs kill 35. Rabies. That makes sense. Freshwater snails. How does a freshwater snail kill 20,000 people? Venus Die Trap says rock lobster. Incorrect. The freshwater snail carries parasitic worms that infect people. So why wouldn't the parasitic worm be the culprit? I don't know. Venus Die Trap says frog. The answer, Murderbot, is correct. It is mosquitoes. And I will read. Mosquitoes, the pesky bugs that suck blood and transmit viruses from person to person, are responsible for the most animal-related deaths. Malaria, by itself, is responsible for more than half the mosquito-related deaths. It kills 750,000 people. So, Murderbot, you are the winner. DM me your information after the podcast, and I'll get back to you with some sticker packs. Also, I want to remind you guys that when you send me your address, there's this weird thing that still exists. I would have thought we would have gotten rid of this years ago, but the postal code, right? Your zip code, that exists. I don't know why on earth in 2021, when I ask people for their address, they tend to just just believe that the zip code isn't there, that it was just a figment of imagination. I don't know why that is. And of course, I could just look it up. I could type in your address on Google and find your zip code. I could do that. Or you could just type it out when you tell me where you live. Crazy. Crazy world we live in, man. Still happening on a daily basis. Oh, I told you guys I was grumpy, man. I told you guys I was grumpy. What's the main thing that makes me grumpy about these local news stories lately? Well, let me explain this to you, and I hope that it makes you angry too. Headline says, former Raiders player Ruggs to be tested for alcohol 4 times per day. Well, I thought this was a different article. Anyways, hopefully it explains it. Former Raiders player, okay, because they kicked him off, Henry Ruggs III is being tested for alcohol multiple times a day. Okay, let's explain what he did, you piece of shit article. According to prosecutors and his arrest report, Ruggs was traveling 156 miles per hour 2 seconds prior to the crash. It killed a 23-year-old Las Vegas woman and her dog. Yeah, so he got super drunk, drove his car 156 miles per hour, crashed it, killed a 23-year-old young lady and her dog, and they burned to death. That's right. The car was engulfed in flames. They couldn't get their bodies out of the car. They completely fucking burned to a crisp. This guy lived, and somehow he's bailed out of jail. His bail was only $150,000. He bailed out. He's free. He gets to be free for a little while. I don't know if it makes me more mad that he's a professional athlete. It certainly always raises the same question, right? Oh, you're a millionaire. Oh, cool. So you could definitely afford Uber, right? Being a millionaire, that $23, paying $23 or kill a woman and her dog and then burn their bodies. Money's getting tight, inflation, the economy, food prices are going up. I think I'd rather kill a lady and her dog rather than Uber home. I'm not going to say that I've never driven drunk, but I will tell you guys I've never driven so shit-faced that I go 156 miles per hour. I feel like part of that is just, hey, I'm rich. I'm a professional athlete. I'm a thrill seeker. I don't care who I crash into. I can pay it off. It doesn't fucking matter if I'm drunk. I can pay the $150,000 bail. Who cares? I'm fucking rich. And when I crash, I'll fucking live. I know it's mean to say, but wouldn't this be a happy story if only he died? I know that's really morbid to say, but really, wouldn't that make the story that much better? If he just got drunk, drove, crashed into a lady in her car, they survived, got a huge settlement, having not deserved any of this, and then he just died for being a fucking shithead. I know. Alcohol impairs you, you make bad decisions. You guys definitely shouldn't be doing that. You know what also is like my worst fear? I think someone asked me this a few days ago, and I was like, my worst fear is like becoming like an Alec Baldwin, like hating something and being publicly against it my whole life and then doing it. And I couldn't think of a good example, but now, off the top of my head, this is a great example. If I sit here on this podcast and say DUIs are bad, and then 3 days later, I drive 156 miles per hour in my Toyota Corolla and burn fucking 2 people that were just innocent people just driving home, that'd be the worst. That would be the worst feeling. I'd probably just kill myself. That'd be the worst feeling ever. To know that you're not supposed to be fucking doing this shit and you do it anyways. But the difference would be I'm not a professional athlete. I wouldn't have been doing it out of ego. And I guess we're taking a lot of liberties here. Maybe, I don't know, maybe his dog died and he was just really drinking too much and then he didn't even know he was driving. That's possible, I guess, but it's really annoying. Next article. This was a big deal. This was all over the news. And I guess they just caught this guy. Prosecutor, 20 shots fired in gunman's rampage at Las Vegas store. So, this guy apparently went to a convenience store. So this guy walks up to the store. He shoots a guy just waiting in his car. There's a guy waiting in his car, waiting for his girlfriend to get off work. He's just hanging out, not looking at nobody, not talking to nobody, just gets shot and killed, waiting in his car. Then the guy goes into the store. I guess he just fires randomly at the wall. We're not really sure about the details because the article is kind of vague. And they didn't catch him for a few days. I kind of got annoyed that the way they were referring to him, they're like, guy comes in with tactical gear. And I'm like, he has a vest on and a holster. But then I'm like, okay, like, they're not wrong. It is tactical gear. I think sometimes I'm too quick to jump the gun on, like, articles being really anti-gun. And then sometimes I kind of overdo it. Because for me to say that's not tactical gear, well, motherfucker, it kind of is. So I gotta like hold myself back sometimes. Let's read the article now. A 22-year-old man dressed in battle gear fired at least 20 shots outside and inside a Las Vegas convenience store, killing a man sitting in a parked car, but missing customers in store aisles. The suspect, Jesus Javier Uribe, I think I'm saying that last name wrong, refused to attend a scheduled court appearance on multiple felony charges, including murder and attempted murder, following his arrest Thursday at a house in southwest Las Vegas, following what police characterized as a random criminal act. Wow, random. He's like, yep, time to go kill people. Fucking, I don't know. Murderbot says battle gear? I mean, battle gear is a weird word, but like I said, you know, I'm trying to, like, it is battle gear. You know, if you were going, he went to battle in that gear, I guess. A judge acknowledged the guy's absence and ordered him held in jail without bail pending arraignment Tuesday in Las Vegas court on charges that include robbery, burglary, and illegal discharge of a weapon. They said they found 13 bullet casings outside the store. Curtis Leon Abraham, 36 years old, was shot several times while sitting in a vehicle waiting for his girlfriend inside. He was pronounced dead at the hospital. Police said he shot into an unoccupied vehicle outside the store before he was seen on security video striding inside wielding a handgun. Wait, he shot into an unoccupied vehicle? I thought the guy that he killed was in a vehicle. Wait, right above this. Oh no. Did he shoot another vehicle? What's happening here? There was a guy shot while sitting in a vehicle, but he also shot into an unoccupied vehicle. Was there two vehicles shot? Why is it always, this always happens with this one website and their shitty news articles? Every single time. What is happening? Let's try to continue. Whatever. Police said he shot into an unoccupied vehicle outside the store before he was seen on security video, striding inside, wielding a handgun. We already read that. And wearing a tactical vest and gun belt. Okay. Abraham's girlfriend hid with a store clerk in a refrigerator cooler. Other people escaped out the back door. 7 bullet casings were found inside the store, but no one inside the store was hit. He is also accused of robbing a person in a street confrontation before arriving at the store. This guy was just on a rampage. He was just on some Grand Theft Auto shit, except he didn't steal a car. I guess you don't have to steal cars in that game, huh? Is there like a speedrun version where you never get in a car? That must take fucking 150 hours. Just walk from city to city. Police said a tip came in and that's how they found him. Okay, cool. Oh, the gunman took items from the store and left the area on foot. I wish they wouldn't say items. Well, maybe they are explaining to me what happened. Maybe he just took items. I'm wondering, did he take money? But then they might have said money, but money is an item. Did he grab Cheetos or did he grab the cash register? I'm wondering. I don't know. Anyways, that happened. This guy was all over the news, and I'm really happy they caught him because I didn't find out until yesterday that somebody died during this thing. I thought I saw like the headlines. You know, you're in a bar and you see it on TV, but it's mute. Like the TV's on mute, so you can't really tell what's going on. I thought I just walked in and just fired a bunch of shots randomly and then left. And I thought the interesting part was that he was dressed in quote battle gear. I thought that was why it was a hype story. But now that I know more details, a few more details, not very many. They keep these stories very vague. I don't know, man. Maybe the guy's on drugs. Maybe mental health. Maybe who knows, man. Maybe he's just a crazy fucking guy. 22 years old. Maybe his chick left him and he was going to go try and kill her. Or maybe they keep saying random act. You know what? I'm going to stick with random act. You get in a fight outside, you shoot a car with nobody in it, then you shoot a car with somebody in it, then you go inside and shoot nothing, and then you steal fucking Cheetos, like whatever he might have stolen, I don't know. Maybe they have this surveillance video. That'd be interesting to watch. I don't know, man. I hate this guy. I'm happy he got caught, and I don't really give a fuck what happens to him. Last week, we were going to try and talk about this term called Ikigai. Ikigai? What? I'm going to pronounce it Ikigai. An Ikigai? Ugh. What? Why they got to pronounce it like this, man? Japanese people. Stop. I'm trying to be PC, and you guys are making it seem like gays are icky. I love them. I love them all, man. They're not icky. Fucking Japan, dude. So anyways, I had read something about this term, and I found it really inspiring. So let's try to figure out what it means. The term combines two Japanese words, iki, meaning life, alive, and kai, meaning an effect, result, fruit, worth, use, benefit. Okay, those are all, I should have like paused. Meaning a result, or meaning fruit, or meaning worth, or meaning use, or meaning benefit. And it's supposed to make you arrive at, quote, a reason for living, a reason for being alive, a reason for life, or something that makes life worth living. Okay, cool. Now can I read a sentence? It can describe having a sense of purpose in life as well as being motivated. According to a study by Michiko Kumano, feeling ikigai, as described in Japanese, usually means the feeling of accomplishment and fulfillment. Why do I always say fulfillment? Fulfillment that follows when people pursue their passions. So, you're following your passion and you're feeling accomplished. Continuing, activities that generate the feeling of ikigai, I've pronounced it different every single time, are not forced on an individual. They are perceived as being spontaneous and undertaken willingly, and thus are personal and depend on a person's inner self. So, how it was initially explained to me, it's doing what you love, enjoying it, doing something that helps the world around you, you know, makes other people's lives easier or happier, and you're somehow able to make money off of it or, you know, sustain life off of it. What a cool fucking idea, man. What an interesting idea. According to psychologist Katsuna Inouye, Ikigai is a concept consisting of two aspects: sources or objects that bring value or meaning to life, and a feeling that one's life has value or meaning because of the existence of its source or object. Man, these sentences are like really run-on-y. They're really run-on-y sentences. Man, I don't want to read any more of this because I'm having a really hard time. Can they just explain it as if I was stupid? Anyways, the idea is really interesting, man. I thought it was kind of inspiring. I'm like, wow, that'd be cool. Like, that's probably what popular YouTubers feel. Not me. That's probably what popular Twitch people feel, you know? They're like, hey, I go on Twitch, I just be myself, you know? I play games, or maybe I entertain you with magic tricks or music. I'm happy when I do it. I make other people happy, and I make money, and the world needs music, you know, the world needs entertainment. These people might be having a rough day. After they watch the stream, they're having a good day. And the money part, you know, these fools, they just leaked all the Twitch information the other day. The top 10 people on Twitch are making like $5 million a year. That's just off Twitch revenue. They're probably doubling that off donations. And they probably don't report those donations to the IRS, you fucking awesome people, which I don't report that shit either. So shh, let's be quiet about it. Anyways, I thought it was like I thought it was a really inspiring idea. I thought I would share it with you guys. Maybe something you guys would want to research more about. I don't know. I wanted to explain to you guys, look, if you're watching this on YouTube, I know a lot of you guys just listen to this when you're at work or whatever, but I'm currently wearing a brace around my back as well as my posture corrector, which I always wear on stream. The brace around my back, I re-injured my back. Well, yeah, I've been bitching about my back for fucking weeks now. Well, I re-injured it. How? Are you wondering how I injured my back? Man, it is such a funny and tragic story. Was I saving a kid from a fire? Nope. Was I trying to rescue my dog from getting hit by a car? Nope. Was I trying perhaps back nose blunt down Hollywood 16? Oh, no. No. I was sleeping. I injured my back while sleeping. I was sleeping. I was having a horrible nightmare where my friends were robbing me and like my ex-girlfriend was in on it and they were like going to kill me. And I tried to shoot them, and instead of bullets coming out of the gun at like rapid speed, they just like shot out and then fell down to the ground. You ever had those dreams where you try to punch somebody, but you're just in slow-mo and you can't hurt anyone? I had that exact dream with guns. I was shooting these guns. Also, the dream was kind of like a shitty like Hollywood movie because a bullet didn't come out of the gun. An entire round came out. So the casing, all of the bullet came out. So this would be a horrible Hollywood movie. It was not based on true events. The whole bullet came out. It went 5 feet and then hit the ground. And I'm like, well, I'm getting robbed, killed. You're taking all my belongings. I got set up by my ex-girlfriend. And every time I shoot you guys, this illogical thing is happening to my guns. And so I'm having this horrible nightmare, you know. It doesn't sound that bad, but, you know, like when you're in a nightmare, things are scarier than they really are. Well, I guess getting robbed would be really scary, but for whatever reason, I was feeling extreme like anxiety and like fear in the dream. And then I'm like, fuck, dude, you know, my dream I'm having just terrible. And my dog fucking sneezes. My dog sneezes in real life next to me. Achoo! And I jerk up out of bed, fucking scared for my life. I jerk up and I do like a quick sit up. And then my back goes, and I'm like, oh, fuck. Well, no skating for 2 weeks because of sleep. Should I blame the dog? That fucking asshole and his fucking piece of shit dog allergies ruining my back? Dude, I was skating with the dog 2 days ago. I don't really go on walks. Maybe I go on a walk around the block, and then the next day I'll go on a skate. And we're skating. He drags me for like the first half, and the second half I kind of like I push because the second half is uphill, so I have to push. You know, I don't want him dragging me, hurting his feet. So we skate around the block. When he sees another dog, he's running. He looks at the other dog, goes woof, and then keeps running. And I'm like, oh, cool. Like I got him trained pretty well. You know, he's got me behind him. God forbid he ever took off in that dog's direction and I go from going straight to being jerked in a complete right angle. That sure would be terrible. Well, that exact thing happened. And it never happened previously. He's never done this before, but for whatever reason, we always go by the same house and he does the same dog greeting. He runs, he looks over, he goes woof, and the dog behind the fence goes woof, and then we keep on skating. It's a great thing. For whatever reason this day, that other dog said some racist shit, I guess, in dog language, and my dog took offense to it, and he made a complete fucking right angle turn. I fall off the skateboard. I have a bad back, so I can't really brace myself that good. I fall off the skateboard. I fucking shark bite the fuck out of my foot, which the shark bite is when the nose of the skateboard goes into your Achilles tendon. It just goes boom, crushes my foot. You know, I fall down. I'm in pain. As I'm tumbling, I'm dragging the dog so that I'm hurting him a little bit. And I get up just like furious. And I yell at the dog, and then we go home and just forget about it. The dog's like fucking scared of me for an hour. And then after I cooled off, I gave him some treats and gave him a hug. I'm like, hey, I know it's not really your fault, but you really fucked me up, you piece of shit. And that's the second half of my backstory. That I wouldn't say that re-injured it, but it definitely fucking did not feel good. It hurt my back, and it really, really hurt my Achilles tendon. But whatever, you know, life goes on. People heal. It's okay. So that's I only have one more topic, guys. I do want to talk to you guys about movies, but I'm gonna have to go check my Discord to find what movie I watched this week. I can't remember what it's called. But before we do that, let me talk to you guys about wine sauce. Oh yeah, I watched a tutorial on how to make wine sauce in a pan. It's just a pan sauce, right? And I didn't have all the ingredients, but let me give you guys my recipe, because I don't think I will ever have steak without making a wine sauce if I have access to wine. So here's how you do it. Very easy. I've been doing the reverse sear now. That's my main way to make steak. I used to grill it all the time, hot grill. Now I've changed my ways. I put the oven on low, maybe like 275, something like that. I put the steak in for like 35, 40 minutes, depending on how thick it is. Put it in there. It comes out, a little bit of like red shit on top, blood or whatever on top. It's kind of like brown. Then I get a cast iron pan, extremely fucking hot, and I sear it on both sides for about a minute, sometimes less than a minute. Pretty much right when I start to smell burning, like maybe keep it on 5, 10 more seconds, then flip it. And boom, flip it twice. You're good. Throw some butter on there. If you have time, you can kind of baste it in time. Then you set it aside to rest. And then you go, well, what do I do now? I have to let this steak rest. I'll tell you what you fucking do now, bro. First thing you do, make sure the pan's not deathly hot. Still can be hot, or at least this is what I did. I'm not a chef, but it worked great for me. I threw in a little bit of butter. I threw in some garlic, some minced garlic. Boom. Throw it on there. Let it get aromatic, right? Then I throw in some wine. Boom. It's supposed to throw in beef stock. Bitch, I didn't have no beef stock. Or maybe it's beef broth. I don't know. I didn't have it. So I threw on a beef bouillon. Just a little square. A little square of beef flavoring. Threw it in there. Mash it up. Mash it up, the beef bouillon. Mash him into many pieces. Stir it around a little bit. And then I threw in mushrooms. Actually, I threw in the mushrooms the same time as I threw on the garlic. I just lied to you guys. Threw in mushrooms. I love mushrooms. If you don't love mushrooms, don't throw them in. Throw in onions instead. Fuck it. You can do whatever you want. Threw that in. Boom. Let it go. The website said to put in a cream sauce. I was like, nah. No cream sauce for me. And then I was like, I don't have cream sauce anyways. I was like, well, should I throw in sour cream? That's probably going to ruin it. I think that would have ruined it. So instead, I threw in all those ingredients I just said. That was it. Maybe a little salt, a little pepper. Boom. It's going. I let it reduce until it's kind of thick. It's ready, dude. It's ready. I used some shitty, cheap, fucking $6 red wine. And then I ended up drinking the red wine later in that night when I was streaming. But it came out great, dude. And it made my house smell good. And then the next day, I had leftover mushrooms for breakfast. I just had mushrooms, man. I love mushrooms. I just threw the garlic in there, a little bit of butter, like barely any butter. A lot of people go overboard with the butter, in my opinion. I'm trying to keep it simple. Just a little bit of butter, throw that on there. Garlic, let it get aromatic, just let the garlic kind of not burn, but get toasty. Boom. Mushrooms. Boom. Salt. There, you're done. Mix it around. Boom, 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 boom. Serve it. I had that with one egg. It was small, it was a modest breakfast, very small breakfast. It was great, dude. And all I'm saying is I'm never, ever, ever, if I have the ability, I'm never going to make fucking steak ever again without a wine sauce, dude. It changed my life. And I had to share it with you guys because, I don't know. It's a podcast, man. I'm trying to tell you guys about my life. Now, we'll do a quick ninja movie review. What movie did I watch this week? The movie I watched was on Netflix, and it's called Into the Wild. It was a really long movie, and it was no action. There was zero action at all. Let me read you guys the quick summary here. After graduating from college, top student and athlete Christopher McCandless abandons his possessions, gives his $24,000 in savings to charity, and hitchhikes to Alaska to try to live by himself off the grid. And it's a really interesting movie that I guess is based off a true story. And it has a twist, kind of has a twist, but it's not the type of twist you can really see coming. So it's worth watching if you want to watch it's like the type of movie you'd want to watch like alone. You know, you don't want to watch this movie with a chick. You don't want to watch this movie drinking beer with your bros. If you've had a long day, right? You want to snuggle up and just watch something while like texting on your phone, you can watch that movie, right? You can you can look away for 10 minutes, you can look back. You didn't really miss anything because like I said, there's not huge action, but there's great dialogue. The acting is really good. And I enjoyed it. It was very, very long, but after I watched it, I was like, wow, that was a movie. That was an experience. I thought it was really good. I try to watch at least 1 or 2 movies per week. I watched another movie. Oh, I watched Jack Black. I've explained this movie to you guys before. I've tried to explain it because in the past, I watched this movie with Jack Black where he's a bird watcher and he's trying to go watch all these birds. And the way I remembered it was that it was a really, really good movie, a feel-good movie, a serious movie where he shows, you know, like, he's not just some fat, funny guy. He shows, like, the softer side. I rewatched it. It's not that good of a fucking movie, dude. My memory of that movie is completely different than when I rewatched it. I rewatched it, I was like, it's okay, but it's no classic. It didn't win no awards for a fucking reason. Jack Black, you know, he's a monster. He did a great job. It was like reaching. It was trying to get emotional, but it didn't set up the plot well enough. And you can only make a movie about bird watching so exciting anyways, but I don't know. I don't like to say this. I don't recommend it. I usually don't not recommend a movie, but this time I'm going to not recommend it. There's a million other Jack Black movies that are way better. And those are what you're going to want to see. But if you're interested in a movie about bird watching, go check it out. You're not going to hate it. But it's not great. Into the Wild, it's slow, but it's great for background watching, right? Like I said, get on your phone, check your Instagram, look over at the phone, look over at the TV. Okay, cool. You know, you're folding laundry, you're cooking. Love My Toe says she's watching and cooking. So yeah, you could watch this type of movie when you're cooking, or just a quiet day. Maybe even if you're reading a book. I don't know if people can read books and watch TV at the same time, but if you ever could, this is the movie to do it to. Anyways, I am completely out of topics. It's a little bit of a shorter podcast. I will tell you guys this, though. I started this podcast really grumpy. I was in a grumpy mood, and now I feel a little bit better. So I appreciate you guys for that. Go ahead and give me a hell yeah so that I can shout out everyone who managed to survive through this podcast, because sometimes it's not always a comedy show. Sometimes we laugh. Sometimes we just get serious, and this was one where I don't think I laughed a single time. There, at least we did that. Shout out to Love My Toe, A Sheep with Swag, Ifu Same, Infamy, Captain Canuck. I appreciate all you guys for being here. If you missed the podcast, don't worry. The rerun comes out on iTunes, on Podbean, on YouTube. Did I just say YouTube? YouTube, Podbean, and iTunes. For some reason in my mind, my dog is walking in here distracting me. Get out of here. You want to say hi to me, baby Koopa? Who's a good boy? You want me to take you for a walk in a little while? All right, you let me finish this podcast and I'll be right with you. What was I saying right now? Oh yeah, if you missed the podcast, you can watch it later. It comes out on Sunday, early Sunday morning, so that you guys can watch it like on your way to work on Monday or whatever. If you don't have any money, nobody donated today, but you know what? I feel like that's fair. I feel like no one donated today. I feel like that's fair. I don't think I was at my peak entertainmentness today, so that's A-okay. But I prefer when you guys donate and support with money. Also, cakemuscle.com. I have not sold a Cake Muscle skateboard all week, so I'd appreciate it if you guys buy Cake Muscle skateboards to support me. Also, I have a lot of skateboards left over that I spent like $3,000 on, so I wish I could get some of that money back. Also, if you want to support the shit that I do, fucking tell a friend about the podcast. Let your friends know that this funny guy talks about movies and crime, wine sauce, cooking. What's the podcast about? Bitch, what's the podcast not about? It's about everything. Makes you feel good in the end. Anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Have a great weekend. If you're watching this on Monday, have a great week at work. Don't yell at your boss. Don't get in any fights. Have fun. Don't drink too much, as always, but also don't drink too little. Me. Achoo! Fuck! My back is broken.